Anybody want to start out with a question?
Yeah, I mean, how good does it feel just to get that first win under your belt, especially coming into a home game?
Well, we wanted to obviously make sure that we got off to a good start this year. We last year started out with a game against Florida State, who proved to be the best team in the country, went undefeated. So, and even that game was so tight to fall in the last couple minutes, and but to start with a loss was hard on our team. For us now this time, we wanted to, knowing that we were going to return 10 starters and 10 players with a lot of experience and a lot under their belt to go into it. We know how important the RPI is in selection for the NCAA tournament. So looking at the schedule we wanted to put together, I wanted to play the best teams we possibly could. We want to be able to use the RPI to our benefit as much as we possibly can. So every game that we want to play is against teams that we think are going to be in the NCAA tournament. So starting with the first game, Lamar is the team that's won their league the last 2 years. You get more credit for being able to play these teams even on the road. So for us, people kept on asking, why are you playing Lamar in Beaumont? Texas A&M doesn't go to Beaumont. And but the simple answer is you get more credit for winning games on the road. Our student body wasn't on campus yet. Anyone who's driving around town knows today's the first day of school and the roads are full. So last Saturday they weren't. Or last Thursday they weren't. So we went ahead and took that risk of going on the road, and I think our players passed the test. Winning 5-0 is kind of a big exclamation point, and something I think a lot of people around the country took notice of how good this team can look sometimes, and especially some of our players going forward. Sydney Becerra with 2 great goals. It was great to see Grace Ivy getting 2 goals, and then a goal for someone who's not known coming through high school as a goal scorer with Kat Campbell getting a goal was nice. For our freshman goalkeeper to get a shutout was super. So we're pleased about that, but it'll be really nice to be home Wednesday night against Denver, but to be back in front of the 12th man Wednesday, and then Saturday for our fish camp game will be awesome.
You guys scored 5 goals. You mentioned the 3 goal scorers. What did you like about the way the offense worked and how the attack was last Thursday?
Well, we're still, don't get me wrong, I mean, we're still kind of in process of getting ourselves better. I think a lot of those goals were pretty extraordinary. They were, they were goals from beyond range of where most people are going to score goals. A couple of Sydney's goals were, 25 and 30 yards out, which, you wouldn't, I think they caught the goalkeeper by surprise that she would have that range. We'd like to be able to, do a little bit better from closer range. But at the same time, Lamar was really falling back and putting a lot of people in front of goals. So if you're going to pack it in on us, I think we've proven that we can score from distance, and that's again showing that it's another dimension that Texas A&M can attack with.
You guys got a shutout. What are you seeing from your goalies early on?
Well, our goalkeeper core is a really neat group. We've got 3 keepers that have great personalities. They work hard with each other to help each other get better. That's one of the things that is it's really unique with the goalkeepers that we've had at Texas A&M, is that it's always been a next player up type of mentality. It's the one position that we had to replace this past year, as far as we knew we were going to have a new goalkeeper in, because Kenneth Caldwell now is playing in the NWSL. So whether it's Grace or whether it was going to be Mason or whether it's going to be Sydney, it could have been anybody starting in that game against Lamar. This week, Mason now has been injured. She got injured in practice over the weekend. But whether it's Grace or whether it's Sydney for the match against Denver, I think everyone on the team is completely confident because of the experience that they've gained in training, the games that they played in our exhibitions over the spring. So they're both big time keepers and big time leaders. And when you've got the back line, the experienced back line in front of them, we feel pretty confident no matter what.
Do you have an estimated timetable how long Mason might be out?
She probably is out for the season, so
Okay.
we'll just redshirt her this year.
Gotcha. Are you able to share what her injury is?
She has a fractured ankle.
What do you know about Denver heading into Wednesday?
Well, Denver are a super talented team. They got upset the other day, and they played North Carolina. Right to the end, a 2-1 game, which is pretty darn close. It's hard to the storied program that is North Carolina. That's a terrific battle for them. Julian Stitch is their coach. She's a former professional. She's a great story unto herself. She won a national championship coaching a men's team in Chicago, and she's someone who is someone who we respect. Have a great deal of respect for, not just because of her leadership and the way that she takes teams and molds great players out of those teams, but I mean, she's a winner in everything she's ever done. So we know that she'll have them organized, ready to go, and ready to step in and give us everything that we can handle.
And are there any key players that you guys are going to look out for against Denver or Fairfield?
Well, both. To start out with Denver, they're very athletic. They're fit. I mean, obviously they're going to be coming from having trained at altitude the entire preseason. Colorado is one of those places that you think it's nice and cool in the mountains. Well, it's warm in Denver, so I don't think the heat is going to give them issues. So they're going to be, and they proved in the game against North Carolina that they're very fit. So I think that them coming in and they're going to be motivated to get a result against us. So we know that they're going to give us everything that we can possibly handle. Fairfield comes in on Saturday, undefeated, very talented. They've got a striker up front who is a big time player. I mean, she's a future pro. You can tell just in the way that she handles herself and the way that the rest of the players play off of her. So Fairfield, a lot of people might not know who the Stags are. They might know only the Soccer Girl Problems website and social media came from alumni of that program. But they're legit. This is a team that will be one of the top teams in the Northeast. We're excited to have them down because they've been so consistent in the way that they've been winning over the last few years, and this is a senior-laden team that is coming here to beat us, and so we've got to be at our very, very best.
And is there anything specifically defense-wise that you guys are looking to do differently or emphasize on those games?
Now, for us, the way that we want to play is just a kind of a game-to-game, build-up. We want to try to build on what we did last game. There's a lot of things that we need to do better with the ball. There's a lot of things that we've got to do better when we don't have the ball to try to deny opportunities. We think that building on a 5-0 shutout is something that's a nice thing to do, but obviously that's the first game of the season, and it's one of the things that again we're still in progress is where I would put us, and we want to. There's big goals for the players that we have, and there's big goals for the team in general of what we want to try to accomplish, and it's still only August, and we want to try to accomplish some big things, and to do that we've got to get better every day.
Talk about how special the fish camp game is.
Well, the fish camp reunion game has become one of the biggest games of women's college soccer around the country, and a lot of people are like going, "What exactly is fish camp? Is that like a fish fry, or what? Do you eat fish at the game?" And it's not. So for those who don't know what fish camp is fish are the freshmen here at Texas A&M. So we're definitely not going to be frying any of them or eating any of them. Fish camp is a freshman orientation, and different fish camp sessions happen. About 700 freshmen at a time come on campus. They go off to fish camp sessions, which are orientation sessions run by the student body. Where we pass down the different traditions and history and the what ifs, and it's a great socialization of them getting to know what it's like to be a member of the 12th man, but also a member of the Texas A&M family. And then there are about 6 or 7 different fish camp sessions, and now as school has started, this is a reunion of all of those different fish camp sessions. They now get a chance to come to the first sporting event of the year which is going to be this weekend. It'll actually be the second sporting event of the year this year. It'll be this weekend, Saturday night at Ellis Field. So we're excited to have all of those freshmen back, all those fish back on campus at Ellis Field. It traditionally is one of the biggest soccer crowds in the country, and we're excited to have them here because it's a lot of energy in Ellis Field, and it's always been something that we've been able to take that energy and make it that much more exciting in our venue.
All right, thanks.